rapid fire time, which is famous last words because we're never very rapid and we don't fire very straight when we do things like this. But we're going to go through every team and raise the question of whether or not they will be in the market for a quarterback this offseason.
I like it.
I mean every team. So we're going to be ready to check the box.
There's
and move
some
on
we'll
quickly.
get. Yeah,
some of them are going to be obvious. Let's start with the NFC West.
Yeah.
You've got Matthew Stafford. I'd like to think that they're entertaining the idea of keeping Baker Mayfield around as a backup.
Right.
It ain't going to work
if
he keeps playing like he did
right.
last Thursday night. Somebody's going to make him the starter somewhere else.
I agree. Rams, I mean, I don't think they're going to be in the market, so we can move on. They're got Matthew Stafford.
They should be in the market for a veteran backup.
No
not
question.
One of these slappies that you can't trust. All due respect.
No question. I would agree with that. I mean, it's Matthew Stafford we've seen is getting up there, and he's been banged up a little bit.
We've already covered the Cardinals. I think we agree they need a veteran bridge guy potentially to whenever Kyler Murray is healthy. It can't be a young guy. It can't be Colt McCoy. I think Colt McCoy's already putting out the indications he's done anyway. They need somebody established who can come in and run the offense while they wait for Murray to be healthy. Agree or disagree?
Agree with you there. I don't know who that guy will be. And maybe it ends up being a Sam Darnold or somebody. It could be a number of guys. But, yeah, I would think you got to bring somebody in there to make sure, hey, if he's not ready to go, we don't just totally fall off the side of the earth here.
In theory, some would say it could be Baker Mayfield, but there's a history between him and Cliff Kingsbury that probably
that ain't going to happen. I know.
Happening.
Yep.
Probably prevent that from happening. 49ers. You got Trey Lance. You got Brock Purdy. And, look, they think they found their quarterback, but – keeping with the trend of recent 49ers quarterbacks, he got injured in his first start. Purdy and Lance, are they gonna finally say yes to Tom Brady? Are they gonna look for somebody else? Do they keep Jimmy G? What do you think they do?
I think they're gonna stay. I don't think they're gonna be in the market. I don't. I mean, would I be shocked if Jimmy G and all three of them ended up there again? No, I would not. I would not be shocked. I don't foresee that happening. But no, I don't think they're gonna be in the market. I think they're. Barring some crazy injury to Purdy, I think they're going to go into the next year and going, hey, we're still going to go in on Trey Lance, and they're going to make him the guy. And, hey, Purdy's here to be the backup option if things don't go well or Lance gets hurt again.
The problem is the farther they go with Purdy, the more pressure there's going to be to just make Purdy the guy. Just embrace the fact that Purdy is the guy, and we're not switching back to Lance.
Well, there could be that. If they make a deep run here and he plays the way he has the last 2 weeks, and yes, we're going to be almost in that it's going to make things uncomfortable. It's going to be like Jimmy G last year. We're going to be like, really? Are you really going to get rid of that guy after you went to the championship game? And it is. It's going to be an offseason of them having to answer those type of questions if they do what we think they're capable of doing.
All indications had been through most of the season the Seahawks will find a way to keep Geno Smith. Do you think that's the case, or do you think that tailing off late in the year potentially will cause them to look elsewhere?
No. They got to stand pat there. Geno's been great, And last week, they played a team that's kind of hot right now and got it going a little. He threw an interception early on in the football game. Later in the game, got a little unlucky. He thought they jumped off sides and he had a free play. It was very close, and they didn't throw a flag. And he kind of chucked a ball downfield and got intercepted. But Geno's been one of the bright spots of that football team. I mean, they're one of the most fun watches in the league to me. When I turn on their film and watch them, I go, man, this is fun. Because it's like they drop back to throw, and he's looking to throw 20 and 30-yard lasers. There's no Charlie check down or any of that going on. I mean, they're looking to strike, and he's played a very high level. They got to stay on pat with Geno and pay that guy a little money this year.
In the NFC East, we can dispense quickly with the Eagles and the Cowboys. They're not going to be in
They're
the
okay.
The Giants with Daniel Jones, okay? I don't think that at the end of the day they're going to keep Daniel Jones. Do you agree? And do you have a feeling as to where Brian Daboll and Joe Shane may lean if they're looking for a veteran?
Well, I feel like they're going to keep Daniel Jones.
Wow.
I do. From all indications, people I know, I mean, I still think they have the same thought about Daniel Jones. But he's a really great leader. He's everything you want as a quarterback. He's done a really good job this year. He has. And again, let's not forget, it's not great weapons around him. So I think this is, to me, I think it's heading in a direction we kind of hit on before the year, where if he plays well and they do well, and he's certainly been one of the bright spots of the team. I mean, again, come on. I know it's not been by his right arm all the time. His two legs have been really probably the biggest difference maker. But, pass protection and lack of talent at receiver has been an issue as far as the passing game. But I feel like it's heading towards like a 2-year deal. 2-year deal where they can get out of it maybe after a year or something like that. Maybe a 3-year deal where they can get out after a year, somewhere of that nature. But I think he's too respected and too liked by the regime there, and he's done a very good job to where I think they stand pat with Daniel Jones, Mike.
And what actually may help them, Chris, he's not having such a spectacular year that there's going to be a land rush for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, right.
If he becomes a free agent. So they may not even have to franchise tag him. Just sign him, get it done, because his agents will recognize this is going to be the best he's going to do, and he gets to stay in a place where he wants to be, yada, yada, yada.
If he got like $25 million a year,
Commanders.
right? $25 million a year. I mean, would that be crazy? Right? And to where maybe they could get out of it.
Half of the market.
That's right. So, I mean, $27 million a year, 2-year deal of that type of average, 3-year deal of that type of average where, they can get out if things aren't right after a year or two. I don't think that's a crazy thought for either side there. And as a Giant fan, I'd certainly be happy with Daniel Jones as my quarterback. They need to help him out too. They've helped him out a little bit this year, but now it's time to get some receivers in there and some guys that he can really throw to that they can become dangerous and can make him look a little bit better.
Commanders.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, he's benched.
Right.
Taylor Heineke is getting it done. He may take them to the playoffs again. I feel like they keep trying to find reasons to move on from Heineke. Do they embrace him, or do they once again try to find somebody else?
Well, I feel like they're going to be in the market. I do. Taylor Heineke, unfortunately, is that guy where, hey, he makes some magic happen in the games, but then when the game gets over and they win or they make the magic happen, we forget where we go. Gosh, like he missed like 7 easy throws in the game. Where like the Giant game would be the perfect example. I mean, we talked about that day, the next day after he was off that game. I mean, he missed a number of big throws to where you go, man, he hits those throws. They should have beat the Giants. Now he makes magic happen and drives them down to score late, and we tie, and we go, man, Heineke time. But we forget about some of the meat and potatoes where you go back, well, they shouldn't even had Heineke time. It should have been game over time, but he didn't capitalize in those. So that's where I feel like Heineke, when teams in Washington goes back and evaluates him after the year, they're going to look at it and go, yeah, it's good, and hey, he's scrappy, but do we really think he can be the guy that can consistently lead us over the top? And I think they'll be in the market, Mike.
And look,
I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
They're a team last year that called every team
right
after they didn't get a chance at Matthew Stafford. Not that they were going to anyway. That was a Rams-Lions inside job, and that's fine. They're allowed to do that. They don't have to make him available to every team for any offer that a team would make. I have the Commanders circled in pencil as a team to watch for Tom Brady. Just if he decides to play. We're going to talk about him coming up, but if he decides to play, they got all the ingredients that you would be looking for. Don't they? They got a great defense.
Yeah.
Offensive line, good enough.
Yeah. I don't know.
Skill position players, good enough.
O-line would be
if he decides to play.
Skeptical, right. O-line would be skeptical.
Well, they can put some money.
But they can put money there.
Some money into the O-line.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know. Again, what I'll say is,
I was just like,
I mean, you're. I mean, I hear what you're saying there. I hear, but I don't know. I just again, I don't know what you would watch of Tom Brady right now to necessarily look at it and go, I want him at 46 to lead us. And the other thing,
but you know what you would have?
Yeah.
You know what you would have?
A full stadium.
You'd have a season of at or full capacity in that hellhole where the Commanders play their home games.
Yeah, I know. You're right
That's
about
what
that.
You have.
Heineke,
there's a business reason to wanting him.
I get that. You can certainly straight out the crooked narrative you have around your organization when Tom Brady comes to town. But, Heineke is one of those guys, too, a little bit like, hey, I got a lot of respect. And he is got moxie, and he's a scrapper. And he makes some plays and he's clutch in big moments. I also feel like he's been a little fortunate, like this year and back in 2020, where he got to miss the part of the year where the team was struggling and they couldn't protect or run or do anything. And just as things started to get straightened out, the starting quarterback got hurt, and then he gets to come over and kind of take over the hard labor, the fruits of the labor of like the first 8 weeks a year. I feel like that's what happened to them in 2020. Like they were kind of a mess, and they kind of slowly, Ron Rivera got things good around the middle of the season, and then Alex Smith got hurt, and he got to take over the team when they were just starting to get going a little bit. And, again, that's where, I'm not sure if I really look at him as a real future NFL quarterback that you can build the organization around.
All right, 2 divisions down, 6 to go. I don't know why I thought this was going to be rapid with the
Stop talking so much.
Okay.
Jeez.
Maybe if we didn't say rapid, maybe if I didn't say rapid, it would have taken a whole hour. NFC North, Bears, forget about it. Justin Fields is the guy. Vikings, they're stuck with Kirk Cousins because they're not going to find an upgrade.
Kirk Cousins. Hey.
However this season ends, I can tell you this in a nutshell. Vikings fans are going to be, they got to get rid of Kirk Cousins. But who are they going to get that is better than Kirk Cousins? He is still good enough to be the quarterback until they find somebody who is great enough to be better, and that's not happening anytime soon. I think the contract holds them together for this year. So let's put those two on the shelf unless you disagree with me on Cousins. No. Let's focus on the Lions. Jared Goff was supposed to be out after this year. I don't think he's going to be out. I think he's going to be in. And they can use all those resources, including the Rams' first-round pick, to make the rest of the team better. What a luxury the Lions have by not having to throw Goff overboard.
It is one of the most intriguing situations I think we'll have this offseason because the team it's really close. And like you're saying, if they don't waste some of these picks on a quarterback, they can really build it to a point where you go, whoa, the Lions roster is one of the best in football. It's not going to take a whole lot there. But what they also got to figure out is like, wait, was this like a 1-year thing? Or are we going to go with the other 7 years of Jared Goff where we were always like, gosh, man, he misses throws. Man, he's bad in the pocket. Man, when it's cold, he doesn't make any throws or plays. I mean, so that's where they got to figure that out. And but as it stands right now, Mike, I think I kind of lean towards what you're saying, that they're going to stand pat and they'll address other needs on their football team.
Yeah, look, I agree completely, and I never thought that would happen. All right, the Green Bay Packers.
No, I think
they have no choice.
Right.
They have no choice in this matter.
So right, that's what I mean. Line. It's just like whatever Rodgers says, whatever the Green Bay Rodgers say. That's it. Yeah.
Because he's got $60 million, fully guaranteed. And again, people say, well, they can trade him. Not if he doesn't want to be traded. He doesn't have a no trade clause. Okay, fine. Good luck. Good luck trading Aaron Rodgers to a team he doesn't want to play for. Have fun with that. Because he gives the minimal effort in the offseason with a team he does want to play for. What's he going to do with a team he doesn't want to play for? He's going to tell them ahead of time, I'm not showing up for anything I don't have to. I'm not putting in any extra time. I don't want to play for you. Why are you trading for me? Why would anyone trade for a quarterback who says that? So he holds all the cards in Green Bay. It'll be him or it'll be Jordan Love, depending upon his call.
Right.
The front office has no work to do in that regard, Chris.
No, that's exactly right. He has total power there. And yeah, I think when it's all said and done, I expect Rodgers back one more year. I do.
Yeah, I think it depends upon what happens in the next 4 weeks. But with the emergence of Christian Watson and now Romeo Doubs reportedly going to be able to go on Monday night, he can get a glimpse of what it may be like next year if he wants to try to go out with a better finish than this year looked like it was going to be and likely will be, barring getting into the playoffs and making noise. NFC South. I'm looking for one to start with where we can say can we just say all of them?
They're all in the market.
Just move on to the next division.
No, but they're
all going to be in the market.
They're
all going to be in the market.
Yeah, I mean 100%.
That's rapid fire.
That is
next
rapid
division.
fire. I mean, yes, and we'll I mean, maybe Desmond Ridder can play so well here to where the Falcons go. We're just going to look for a backup and he'll be the starter. I don't know. Hey, listen, I will say that Marcus Mariota situation, that's weird. It doesn't look good on Marcus Mariota.
Very
right now.
weird.
It does not look good. I mean,
and it doesn't look good on the Falcons to just say, "Oh, you want to leave the team? Fine, go ahead, leave the team."
Well,
they got 52 guys on the roster now.
Yeah.
At some point, they got to do something with him. You can
I
only
know.
put him on injured reserve if he's actually injured. You can put him on the left squad list and shut him down for the rest of the year. You got to send him the 5-day letter. If he doesn't come back, you put him on the left squad list. But just the idea of sitting back and saying whatever Marcus wants to do is fine with us, that's weird.
Yeah, well, that just tells you. I mean, hey, it's it's like Mike Tomlin says. We want volunteers. We don't want hostages. Yeah, geez, you're our quarterback, and you haven't played well, and that's being nice. You've not been good. They have to hide you on a weekly basis, and you're going to get benched. And from all due appearances, it seems like you're mad about that, and you're just going to go, I quit the team. I have family issues, and now my knee hurts. Right? And I know he had knee issues altogether, but as it looks right now, that's the way it looks, and that's just, to me, if I was a coach of another team, I'd be like, wait, Marcus Mariota will never be on my team, and he'll never be my backup. That'll be the end of him.
And this all came to light in a very strange way.
Weird.
I was fascinated by this. My son texted me about it last night around dinner time. He said, "Are you seeing this stuff about Marcus Mariota?" It's like, "No, send me the link." And I read it, and it's like, Arthur Smith, the coach of the Falcons, spoke only to The Athletic, which is a subscription service owned by the New York Times, which keeps it from having the same visibility like if they had handpicked, because this isn't something somebody's hanging around picking through a dumpster. This is the Falcons affirmatively choose to leak it to, I'm sorry, people are going to get mad at me. Oh, you shouldn't talk about those things. I don't care. They affirmatively choose to leak it to The Athletic, knowing that it's not going to have the same pop as if you leak it to ESPN and everybody's going to have it. It's going to be blasted on Shefty's timeline and everybody's going to know about it. It was this weird kind of half measure to get it out there without being too conspicuous, and it is just weird. He's been gone since Friday. They told him on Thursday he's benched. He left on Friday. It comes to light 4 days later, and they don't seem to be particularly troubled by it. I was getting texts from people in the league last night saying, "What in the world is this? Why are they doing this?" It is just weird. And, Chris, I think that at the end of the day, they don't want to waive him because they're in a fight to win the division, and there's a damn good chance the Saints would claim him, I think, if he's available. Or maybe some other team they're competing with would take a flyer on him, or someone they're going to play at some point this year claims him on waivers, and then they have to deal with him. So I think they're just content to let him go away with pay, and then in the offseason they'll cut him.
Yeah, it seems that way. It does. I mean, I don't know why, they'd be too worried about him going on any other team and like coming back and beating them. They know enough now to know, like, they literally go out of their way to not let him throw the football. We saw their standalone.
You never know though when the falling down and hit the ground pass is going to work. You may get the ball off before you hit the ground and then have it intercepted, but.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry,
I don't know, but they're gonna. I'm gonna say
Marcus has shown flashes. It's just not good enough.
No, it's definitely not. But I think we're right. The NFC South, we can just say they're all going to be in the market. I don't think there's anybody there that we can look at and go, oh, we guarantee they're going to be the quarterback next year.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.